tonight. Beautiful August night. I can't believe it's August already. I will be honest. I'm not ready for my daughter to go back to school. Only have one left in school. Kind of crazy. But that's how life goes, I guess. It's Candice Anderson coming to you live from Hiram, Utah. Um, I'm going to be doing the Global Design Challenge. Again, this week is, let's see, Poppy Parade Color Challenge here, Pool Party, and Darling Duckling. This is one of the brand new in colors. If you haven't played around with them yet, right now is the perfect time to get them. I believe it goes through the end of this month, the sale, but all of the anything with the in colors is on sale right now. So perfect time to be using this. And this is kind of a fun color to play with. It's kind of a it's not a bright, bright yellow, like, let's see if I can I'm gonna grab some colors so you can see it comparatively. Um, maybe grabbing some scraps. Give me a second here. Um, so you can kind of see it with the other yellows. Okay, so we're going to switch cameras here so you can see a little bit better. Here is our Darling Duckling. This one right here is Yo-Yo Yellow. So that's our lightest yellow. This one here is our Daffodil Delight. So you can see that this has like more of a green tint to it. And then this one is Crushed Curry. So it's like kind of a deeper color, but you can definitely see there's definitely more of a green tint to that. Hopefully you can kind of see the color difference there. Kind of a fun color to play with. When I first saw it, I wasn't sure I was going to like it, I'll be honest, but I've enjoyed playing with it. And we are going to be using the Sweet Jar stamp set and punch. It has a punch that comes with it. I kind of held off on this stamp set for a little while, I will be honest. And then I just saw a ton of cute things done with it and finally decided to grab it, especially when they came out with this one, which is the Christmas set that matches this. Couple things to point out. If you look at these two sets, you'll see the jars are just a tiny bit different from each one. So if you were doing a lineup of a bunch of jars, which I might do something like that, it would be fun to use the two different ones because you have two different styles. Also right here, if you're looking, the lid is this one's just an outline where this one is filled in. So kind of a different look there. This obviously comes with a lot more things that you can put inside the jar than this one does, but this one's kind of cool. This is a two-step stamping, if you can kind of see. So you can stamp this in one color and stamp that in another color. This also has the two steps that you can do. So kind of fun. This one fits inside the jar. Um, this one's kind of different. I did not actually use this when I was playing it, but from what I could tell, if you pull this out and look at it, they line up behind all of these different ones here. So you can do a solid stamp if you want to behind the jelly beans, behind the clovers. I'm going to say flowers. And I'm like, wait a minute, those aren't flowers. They even line up, not as well, but they do line up behind the hearts a little bit. Not as well behind the hearts. Um, but you can still kind of line them up behind the hearts if you want to add a little bit more. And then this one has kind of the extras. One of the other cool things about this one here, if you look at this set right, this stamp right here, it says sending a little and it has a space your way. So you can add in um, all of these different sweetness, love, luck, party, whatever. So there's a variety of different things that you can add in into the words on this one. This one also here, I believe, lines up behind the different ones here. So anyway, I'm going to show you the card that I made using this one as well. Exact same design as what I did on this one, but I just switched out the stamp sets. But we're going to start with this one and show you what I have today. Again, we're using that Poppy Parade, Pool Party, and Darling Duckling, which is the Global Design Challenge color scheme. And I am going back to a very traditional, quick, easy layout. I've used this layout both going vertical and horizontal. I don't know how many times over the years. I am doing a tiny little bit of a twist to it. I just realized I forgot to cut one piece of paper here. Hang on one second. Um, So normally when I do this kind of a layout, I'm using a designer series paper, or I'm using just a plain colored one, or an embossed one. And we're going to go a little bit different with this one, and we're actually going to stamp the thing. Sorry, take that off because it's making too much noise. We're going to grab our bone folder. So basic card base here. One of the other things I am doing is I am using this. If you'll notice, it's got a little bit of a different color on both sides. That's because this is the 12 by 12 uh, two-toned cardstock. So it's a little bit thinner, and I'm pulling out an old, it's not an, it is an old but not old embossing folder. So this embossing folder was available during celebrations, and if you've checked out the brand new clearance rack that just came out, or the last chance list, all of those fun celebration items happen to be on there, including this one. So if you missed getting it at celebrations or just want an extra one, now's the time to go ahead and grab that. And so because I am using this is a thinner folder, so when we line it up, we do need either the cutting plate or this one. Either one of them I have found works. Go to the side here really quick and run that through my cut and emboss machine. And the biggest reason I kind of held off doing this to begin with was because I wanted you to see, I've shown this lots of times before, that because it is the two-toned, that means it's different on each side color-wise, so you can mix it up a little bit if you want to, but it also means that it has a white center, and so it's really great to emboss and sand to make that kind of pop out really easy and quick across here. So this is going to be going across here, and then we'll be putting this one across here. So we're going to be stamping on this one. So we're going to grab our Poppy Parade here really quick, and we're going to be using the little candles, and we're just going to be stamping across this. So this is 1.5 inches, and I'm actually going to be kind of leaving some space in between as I stamp here. That one wasn't a great stamp, but that's okay. Then we are going to move that one out of the way, and we're going to grab our Pool Party, because this stamp set also has a single candle here. And so I'm just going to stamp the single candle a couple times in between here. I haven't tried it, but I think it would line up behind that little striped one if I wanted to, but I didn't really play with it too much. All right. And then we're going to grab our Darling Duckling. And so we've got two different flames here. Oh, I almost did those upside down. So these ones fit perfectly for the 3. And then I am going to clean it off here really quick, hopefully. Get that cleaned off. And then I'm going to do the one that's kind of all by itself. And I'm going to just tap that one so that I can, oh, I just got it all dirty again. I didn't tap the side very well there. I could use a masking technique if I wanted to, but I'm just going to kind of tap just the side here. And we're going to do this one. And we're going to do that one. And then this one's kind of fun. This is the reason I didn't use it on all of them is because it's like a starbursty kind of one. And so I'm going to just add that to the middle there. And now we have our piece that is going to go across here. So instead of doing a designer series paper or something like that, I just created kind of my own going across there. And I've just cut out a circle using the stitched circle, well, stitched stylish shapes. I use these a lot if you watch me. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our white paper here and we're going to grab our memento and we're going to stamp our little jar here. And while I have this ink out, we're going to grab our happy birthday and we're going to just stamp in this corner here. That one's finished there. And then we're going to add our candles in our little jar. And we are going to add the flames to our candles. I know normally we probably wouldn't maybe have flames going on our candles inside the jar, but that's okay. We're going to do it anyway because it's our card and we can do that, right? And I'm going to add these little flames and the one in the middle here. Kind of line that up. All right, quick and easy on that. And then we can punch this out. The punches are designed to use upside down. And it also punched out our little lid here. And so I'm just going to grab my Poppy Parade and I'm going to line that up. Since it is a photopolymer and I can see through it, hopefully I can line it up straight. There we go. So quick, easy. Like I said, almost done. To finish this off, we're just going to hurry and glue it together. This is a great card if you need to make like a whole bunch of cards. You want to just have a bunch on hand. Or you want to make a bunch to sell or to trade with someone. Yeah, quick and easy. I am going to add ribbon across here real quick. I'll just use some glue dots to attach that. Like I said, this is a great, easy design that you can use. The other way to go is like this direction here. We are going long ways on it, but again, I've made this same design probably hundreds of different times over the years with different stamps. Well, maybe not hundreds, but a lot. I can guarantee that. Just the easy classic design that works with most stamp sets. And since we stamped down at the bottom, I'm laying this up here. So this I think was 2 inches. This is 1 3/4 and then 1.5 if you're wanting measurements on that. And then to finish this off, we're just going to glue our little jar onto here. Now I could add some embellishments and stuff if I wanted to. Oh, that is not very straight. Fix that before the glue dries too much. There we go. And add a little bit of glue to here. See if I can flip it over. And I'm going to have the lid just a little bit off center on there. And we'll grab some, what are those called? Dimensionals. Sorry. Add that onto the back. So you can pop that up just a little bit there. And last but not least, we will throw on a little bit of ribbon here. So again, super cute, fun, easy. I just realized I forgot to turn on the comments. So if you are there and you're commenting and I missed it, I'm so sorry. I will turn that on really quick just in case. But hello, thank you for watching. If you do have questions or anything, give a shout out. Again, super simple, easy. I will show you here. That is the one using the sweet jar set. And then the jar of joy, which is the new Christmas one. That is one using the jar of joy, sending a jar full of cheer. So I decided not to use the ribbon on this one just because I didn't want it going across the ornaments. The biggest difference I used on this one is I did use the marker and then I used the Stampin' blends to color in on this one instead of the stamping, because obviously we didn't have any, because those are a solid or not a stamped image that would go behind it, and I wanted to add the color into there. And so hopefully you enjoyed that. Again, super simple, quick, easy. Be sure to check out that sale. You can shop online at Candice.Anderson at stampinup.net. Check out my blog. Sorry, I'm not as great at posting there as I should be. Definitely post to Facebook and Instagram all the time. So be sure to check out my reels and stuff there. Can remember to like and continue to follow. And thanks again for joining